Welcome to my channel. My name is Claudia and I'm a CBT therapist. Today I would like to share with you 3 biggest myths I have come across about the therapy. But before I begin, I would like to emphasize that the perspective I present today is the one of Cognitive-Behavioural Therapist. Therefore, not all the myths I'm challenging today may be applicable to all the therapeutic processes that exist. Without further ado, let's get into them. Myth number 1. Therapy is focused on the past. Although there are certain therapeutic approaches that are indeed focused on the past, it cannot be further from the truth when it comes to cognitive behavioral therapy. From the very beginning, the clients are encouraged to set their own goals for the future, and although the roadmap for therapy that we construct together at the beginning of the process may be based on some past experiences or some events from the past, most of the therapy process is based on here and now. Even if we take history from the client, and if we are exploring the past, it is mainly to understand how the past impacts the current situation of the person. Of course, there are some tools that are focused on revisiting the past, but they are only used when it is relevant. For example, let's say that the person struggles with social anxiety and is fully aware that it all started with a particular event that sparked social anxiety. We then would like to do some work on that particular event. Or when we are working with trauma, by default, it is based in the past and we need to first process the trauma to be able to make changes in the present. All in all, other than those specific circumstances, I still believe most of the CBT tools are based on present or future. Myth number 2. A therapist's role is to tell you what to do. I often heard from other professionals who said, unlike a psychologist or a therapist, I'm not going to tell you what to do, implying that this is what a psychologist or a therapist does. Again, in my view, this is the opposite of what the therapist does. Of course, it is a natural response that when we're going through a tough time, we want other people to tell us what to do with those circumstances. That is why we often ask family and friends for advice. However, the role of the therapist is to provide you with the space and tools for you to be able to find your own answers, because you know your circumstances best. Therapy can definitely bring you closer to the answers you're looking for, but it is facilitated through providing you with the non-judgmental space in order for you to be able to go through your own reflection process. Myth number 3. The therapist's role is just to listen. Although active listening is a significant part of therapeutic process, because in order to construct an effective treatment plan or to choose appropriate tools, we need to first understand the client's perspective and how they experience their symptoms. It is the client who chooses their own goals for the therapy. Again, the opportunity for the client to be able to process their feelings and to make sense of any difficult experience is an important part of the therapeutic process. A therapist will then try to facilitate change, lead to the improvement in the symptoms, or to provide the client with the clarity about certain things. Again, it is very much dependent on what the client would like to get out of the therapy process. However, it is definitely not based on the therapist's focus to just be a listening ear. Thank you for watching. If you're a therapist, let me know the myths you have come across that surprised you. Or if you're interested in therapy and you have some questions about certain myths or you have any doubts, let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them if I can. See you next time.